Hey, in this video we're going to be talking about the equipment that I use when I'm producing music. Now I've had a couple people message me. Thank you so much for the responses. I've had so many messages on Instagram about the new channel, just some feedback from people and what they'd like to see and whatnot. But yeah, in this video we're going to go over what two people asked to me. They wanted to know what it is that I use exactly when I'm creating music. So we're going to go over the speakers I use, which are called monitors in the music production world, the mouse, which is a gaming mouse that's connected to the DAW, my computer, which is actually a tablet computer. So it's not a real laptop, it's not a real PC. It uses virtual windows, but we'll get into that. And also the IEMs that I use. So when I'm mixing, I use in-ear monitors, aka earphones, but they're a little more detailed than what you would usually assume. But yeah, without any further ado, we'll go over all this equipment and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. One quick message before we get into the video. I just wanted to say, if you're enjoying the content, if you like the videos that I'm putting out, please leave a like, please give a subscribe. It will obviously help the channel and help this content reach more people. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's carry on with the video. Right, the first device is the Surface Pro by Microsoft. Now this is the hub of my setup. Without this computer I won't be able to get anything done. You can see here that's kind of worn out. Now I've owned this keyboard since 2022. The keyboard that came with it was destroyed, so I had to buy a new one. I'll just fold this over. You can see it's just a plain and simple normal tablet. There's not much to it. It's very thin, it's very lightweight. It was really light in comparison to the MacBook Pro that I had before. The MacBook just didn't work for me. It just didn't work out. I've got some flickering on this camera. I'm gonna have to change the ISO or lock it. But yeah, Surface Pro, Windows 10 Professional, virtual Windows, so it's not full Windows. It can't run every single software that I throw at it, but it does very well with the stuff I've got. I'm trying to zoom in here. 256 gigabytes, model number 1807. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, and I do everything with it. So music production is obviously done with it. I run my engine tuning business with this, t-shirt sales, SD cards, everything I do is done with one device. But yeah, now we've got that out of the way, let's move on to the next device. Okay, for the second piece of equipment, I think I've locked the ISO, yes, so the light isn't moving around as much as it was before. Now this is the R.A.T DWS gaming mouse. Let me try and get this to zoom in a bit clearer. Yeah, this is a R.A.T DWS gaming mouse. Now it has several buttons. You have your normal top two, you have your scroll wheel up and down, you also have an additional scroll. But what's more important about this are the buttons. Here's one button, here's another button, another button. This is also a button. Left is also a button, right is also a button, here is a button, there's a button. What the gaming mouse allows me to do is fully control my DAW, my digital audio workstation. So I've got, for example, if I hit this, it goes to settings. If I hit this button, volume up, volume down, play, pause, return to start. This means I can navigate the DAW and get work done much quicker. I'm not having to look up at the keyboard and scroll stuff. Everything on here is just muscle memory. You know, I've set the buttons, I've figured out what they are, and I'm doing it without thinking, and that is how I'm able to get my production done a lot quicker. But yeah, that's enough about the mouse. Let's move on to the next piece of equipment. Now I get a lot of people ask me, what is my audio interface? What do I use as my audio interface? Well, here it is. From 2022, let me try and zoom in better, sorry. When it zooms in. From 2022 until now, this is what I've used. The Cubilux 384 kilohertz, 24-bit digital to audio converter. So it's a USB A device. Sorry, there's seagulls going nuts in the background. 3.5 millimeter. Now it has input and output functions, but I only use it as an output. So I never record vocals with it or anything. I just use it purely as an audio interface, but as an output device. So, oh man, I'm losing my zoom, but at least the light isn't flickering all over the place. Now I've figured out the ISO. I'm still learning how to use a camera, by the way. This is all new to me. I did have a YouTube channel before, but I never really got into how to use a camera properly. But yeah, this is my interface. That's what I use. You can contact Cubilux yourself if you're interested in one of these. I use a few of their equipment. I use a few of their bits when I'm traveling as well. But yeah, this is my main audio interface, and the sound quality is incredible. Like, it surprised a lot of people in Atlanta. Right, for mixing, I use the ZS10 Pro X IEMs. Now, it's not that easy to zoom in, but I will write down the name of each piece of equipment that I'm using here in case anybody's interested and wanted to buy it themselves. You can also contact me if you're interested. Now, this cable, this is a special cable made by KZ, so it's an upgrade cable. Let's see how well I'm doing here. And I've had to doctor the connection so that I can have USB-A for my device. So to connect it to my tablet, I'm using USB-A. I used to use this cable exclusively when I owned the Nothing Phone 1, but now I've changed to the Sony Xperia. It has a 3.5mm output. It's got its own built-in DAC, so I no longer need it. But yeah, this sounds incredible. The sound is good. The DACs that I'm finding that I'm using are really good, and there are so many DACs on the market. I've tried several DACs, which is a digital to audio converter. I've tried loads, and this seems to be the nicest one for USB-C, and this seems to be the nicest one for USB-A. Cubilux do create other ones. They've got other ones that they make, but they just don't sound as good. This is like the nicest one I found. Cubilux also create a USB-C they also create a USB-C digital to analog converter, but I can't connect it to my tablet for some reason. Look, this isn't zooming in again. Oh, do you know what? I'm done with this. Let's move on to the next thing. And lastly, we have the iLoud micro monitor. Now, these speakers are incredible. Yep, you can see the microphone on the left, but we're not talking about recording today. We're only dealing with music being created. The reason why the microphone is here is because I'm going to be using my phone to record vocals and do voiceovers in future, hence me using the Cubilux thing. But anyway, back to these speakers. Really good sound. It's a 3-inch woofer, which can drop comfortably to around 55 hertz. Online they say it will go down to 45 hertz. I've never tested it that low. I mean, you kind of lose, you lose a few decibels when you get that low. We've got a 1-inch silk dome tweeter. It's more the sound. They sound like a really good pair of headphones on your head. It is an incredible sound. So this is the back of the right one. So it's only got the input, whereas the other speaker has all the controls. You can find all this online. I will leave a link to them. They've created some new ones called the iLoud Micro Monitor Pros. I haven't tested them, and I don't think I need to. These sound so good. They really are an incredible monitor. They don't look the best. It's not the nicest looking speaker in the world, but the sound quality is good. I have tried to upgrade. I did test some other models and I just didn't get on with them. Hopefully I'll find something slightly bigger. It's more for the aesthetics. It will look nicer having an Adam audio speaker on the desk. It will look nicer having a Dyne audio speaker on the desk. But for now, these really are perfect. I can hear everything. I can mix on them. I can mix vocals on them. I can mix my tracks on them. I can do vocals for other people on them. They're an incredible monitor. The reason why I bought them is because I saw DJ Toomp mixing on them, and he's produced for Kanye West, Mariah Carey, T.I., blah blah blah. And I've also seen Bricks the Main mixing with these monitors, and he's produced for Lil Baby, Gunna, Thug, Kevin Gates, Nicki Minaj, blah blah blah. And I also moderate his forum. So if anyone's producing music, wants some music advice or help or whatnot, you can also join the producer forum. Send me a message. You can hit the contact button and I'll send you more information on that. But yeah, I'd say that's the end of the review. So to end this video, I want to make a point, which is that all of the equipment was second hand, apart from the mouse. No, the mouse was also second hand, so I'm lying. The only things that weren't second hand was the Cubilux interface, which probably cost me around $12, $13 or $14. Nothing. Sorry, I'm burping. This cable, so the DAC cable for the IEMs, probably cost around £6 or £7 in total, and the ZS10 Pro X IEMs, they would have set me back no more than 25 or 30 pounds, so not too bad. The DAC was in dollars because I bought it in Atlanta when I was living out there, and then everything else was purchased in England. But yeah, I love this equipment. It works for what I do. I mean, I get a lot of placements with my music. I've had so many placements this year, loads last year, loads the year before, and I've only been releasing music for, say, around 2.5 years, 2 3/4 years, something like that. But yeah, if you guys want to get into music production, you don't need to spend that much money. It's very, very, very easy to get something set up on a budget, and you can set something up cheaper than my setup. It's possible to use a sound bar. They make sound bars for tablets and computers and laptops. There's so many ways of doing it. You could just use headphones. You could just use IEMs. You could just use speakers. Like, you can work with any budget. And I've been known to produce using the internal speakers on here, and it works. I've just learned the speakers, watching podcasts, listening to music, studying the speakers, learning how they work, and then making music using it. So yeah, budget aside, anyone can get involved in this. And yeah, thank you for watching.